Hello everyone, I'm Sandy Anastasi, Psychic Channel, Intuitive Astrologer, and Soul Coach. I'm here with the Psychic Protection Tip number 25. This one's really important, folks. It's about guarding your thoughts. It's so important that I'm planning on doing several of these tips. This one is insight number 1. Do you know how much energy your mind uses? Well, people who work with their minds often compare working on a single problem to spending all day in a ditch digging a hole. When your body is tired, you can usually take a short rest and quickly your energy will regenerate. But when your mind is tired, you find yourself either retreating from people or getting angry with them. All you want to do is be by yourself, even sometimes go to sleep. Sometimes when you're overworked and your mind is so busy, even a full night's rest can't replenish the energy you've used up through that mental activity. Some people suffer severe depression, even anxiety, when their mind gets stuck on the treadmill of overactivity and they can't seem to stop it, nor the constant flow of the energy that they end up feeding into it. These people often turn to antidepressants and sleep aids just to turn their minds off for them so that they can finally get some rest. Your mind is the most energy-hungry part of you. So, just like you conserve energy in your home by turning out excess lights and keeping your exterior doors closed to prevent heat or air conditioning from escaping, well, you need to start conserving the energy that your mind uses by taking some simple steps. Here is my psychic protection tip number 1, insight number 1 for this Guard Your Thoughts series. This protection tip is intended to be the first insight in a series of tips that's going to help you to stop the energy loss of uncontrolled brain activity. Sounds pretty sophisticated, doesn't it? It's not so hard. These tips are not necessarily going to be ordered in any particular way. I'm going to be touching upon other topics as well. So keep following these and you'll see them along the way if they're particularly important to you. But each of these tips to guard your thoughts will be easy to find because I'll have the same title with a different insight number on it. And yes, some of these tips will teach you how to guard against telepathic invasion too. So here's your first Guard Your Thoughts psychic protection tip. Scientists and researchers know that if you're working on a project and you are interrupted even by a brief phone call from a stranger, or the need to answer the door, or even by your dog barking, it steals your attention from the task at hand, and that will take 20 minutes for you to regain your focus and momentum once you put your attention back on your project. 20 minutes, folks, 20 minutes just by allowing yourself to be distracted. That means that just looking up from your work long enough to spend 30 seconds telling your daughter where her jacket is has cost you 20 minutes to refocus yourself back into your work or your project. As a psychic, I know that this is because to answer her question, you had to shift your attention, and attention is energy. When you are directing all of your considerable attention to your project, that was taking maybe 80% of your overall energy availability, depending on your concentration level. When your daughter interrupted and asked for the location of her jacket, that flow of energy got redirected from your project to her. She got a blast of energy that may have felt good if you were in the flow and didn't mind the interruption, or if you didn't have to think too much about the answer. In that case, you divided your attention and you didn't totally shift it. Your daughter got maybe 30% of the available energy, but it could have taken the full 80% of your energy that you were directing towards your project if you were at a crucial part of your project. resented being interrupted and didn't know where the jacket was. So you had to turn all of your focus, your energy of focus to her. She might have actually felt in that case your irritation with the full plowing of your emotional intensity into her as a psychic attack. Meanwhile, you would have totally lost the project and had to begin it from scratch when you returned to it. Do you have certain people in your life who seem always to drop by when you're involved with a crucial moment in an important project, or who phone you when you're in the middle of one? You have people like that? Do you have children who need your focused attention every single time you turn your mental focus to something important that's not them? In fact, to something that consumes a whole lot of your mental energy? Add the names of those people to your list of vampires. We all have them in our life. Make rules for yourself that you will not answer the door or the telephone or answer email when you're focusing on a project. Make a promise to yourself that you won't interrupt your mental focus. Plan the timing of projects that require that intense focus. Do those when the kids are at school. Do them when they're involved with an activity of their own or they're asleep. If you have a friend who interrupts you continually when you are having a conversation, or who asks a question and then follows with another question before you can answer the first, that friend is a vampire. By keeping your mind hopping from thing to thing, they're stealing the energy that you lose as you refocus your attention following each jump. If that friend is unaware of what they're doing, enlighten them. We human beings are all energy sensitive. Unless we're aware, we often gather around the energy watering hole at someone else's expense. This was Guard Your Thoughts, insight number 1, and it's psychic protection tip number 25. Print this one out. Paste it where you can see it. It's that important. Folks, I'm Sandy Anastasi. Visit me on www.sandyanastasi.com. You can find this protection tip on my website to print it out. I won't leave you hanging, I promise. Get on my newsletter list if you want to receive these tips monthly in writing. And they're always here every month, like clockwork, on YouTube, just for you. Thanks so much for coming by. Oh, and don't forget, sign up for my free psychic hour while you're visiting my website. Bye for now.